Well, hello, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Aquarius, it has been a while, hasn't it? It has been a while since I've given you a live reading. And so you know what that means. That means that I'm going to be taking my time with you today. It'll be a longer reading that I'm going to be giving to you guys. So we're going to be going through different decks and we're going to be talking about whatever comes out. So that means whatever you guys need to know, that's what we're going to be seeing. So let's see. Hey, Venus Aquarius in the building. Hey, Kiki. All right, now let's go ahead. Let's see what you guys need to know. This is going to be for Aquarius. Let's get to it. Let's see, what do Aquarius need to know? And Kiki, you were the first person that said something, so it's going to be picking up your energy a lot. Okay. And Tasha and Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine Draper, how are you? All right. This is okay. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Here you have tree. Tree. This is what it says. Grounded, fertility, health, lineage, vitality, personal growth. Now, I want you guys to know with the tree, this is anything long standing. Okay, because trees have roots, right? That means this is anything that comes out of this, especially when we start clarifying it, it's going to have longevity. Now, this may be something that you guys have to adjust to because 5 talks about change. So there may need to be some changes in your health and how you're eating, right? Because trees come, plants and fruits and vegetables come from the ground. So I kind of believe that this does have something to do with your health, but remember, trees talks about lineage. And so again, remember, 5 talks about adjustments. 7 is also dealing with love too, long-term partnerships, that type of thing. So if you are wondering if this is something that you guys have been asking yourself when it comes down to family, I will say you're right on the money with this card. You can get a lot out of this tree. You can get family out of this tree. You can get longevity with your health out of this tree. And it is going to require some changes. Okay. Been seeing 555 and cutting fruit now. Oh, yeah. On the money. I told you. Called your name and it's going to pick you up. Okay. I called a few of you guys' name. So Kiki, Tasha, Jasmine, Tiff, Rain, Ray. This is a card that tried to come out right when I said you guys' name. This was one of the first cards that came out. So I like the fact that it has perfect timing on here, because what if you're saying, yeah, but this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for something to ground me, a relationship that will last, of children and a house where I can grow fruits and vegetables, so stuff like that. Whatever it is that you're asking for in particular as an Aquarius, the next card comes out, says it's all about timing for you. And I always tell you guys that you do not need to be looking at tarot if you do not know your chart. If you do not know your chart, you do not need to be looking at tarot, because you have the slightest idea what's happening. You don't know why you've been waiting for so long. You don't even know how long you may have to wait after this, right? So you need to know what's going on in your chart, and that way you'll know if these cards are going to be hitting you. But here it talks about perfect timing. Look at the other word that's on here. Isn't this crazy? Remember, we just said longevity with the tree. Does it say longevity even with this card? Does it not? That means something. Sorry, I got dye up under my nails, y'all. It's not dirt. It's dye. It's rinse. So even if you guys, again, we're talking about things that have a long-term value. We're talking about relationships that's going to last a long time. We're talking about family. We're talking about your health. Let's say for some of you, this is going to be like vitality. If you've been sick, if you've been down, now all of a sudden there's this rejuvenation that you're going to experience. Now, this is also dealing with your money, work, and career. We haven't even touched that, because I know for a fact that this is personal. This is family. You see how I don't want to go outside of that. I'm not caring about money right now. We're talking about what's going to be in your house. Who's going to be at home when you get into that house, which is going to be people that you create, people that you invite in. That is the people who that's going to help you ground, basically, that you're going to build with. Some of these people have been people that you've known in your past life, people that you're going to evolve with. All of this, the first two cards. Are you ready for that? Not only is 5 talking about changes, but 1 plus 9 is what? 10. Drop the 0. And what is that? A new beginning. I apologize for not coming on here every day, Aquarius. But I think that you guys totally understand that when I do give these readings, I put my heart and soul into this. And I want you guys to know that you are well deserving of this. This is something that you have been waiting for far too long. I only know 4 Aquariuses by heart that are on my client list. 4. Okay. And I can tell you a lot of them that I actually talk to, not all, because some of them already have children and some of them are past that, right? So it's not going to necessarily relate to them, but we're talking about marriage, when we're talking about partnership, when we're talking about longevity and fruitfulness of your working career, it hit most of them. Now, we talked about change here with 5. You even had it here at the bottom of the deck with what? Uranus. 5 is change. Uranus is change. 1 is new beginning. And here is the Fool card. You cannot get any better. It's telling the same thing. Just in case you were wondering, you're about to experience a new beginning. We got to keep going. We haven't even gotten started yet, really. Let's see. This is for Aquarius. And if you guys want to know about your birth charts, there's tons. There's like this app that a lot of you Gen Zs have been telling me about. I forgot that fast. I don't know what it is. But they have, I think it's Astro Seek. I think they have, you're able to go on there. It's an Astro Cafe. You're able to go on there. But it's an app that most of you guys told me about. I forgot what it was. You definitely need to be getting that. This is for Aquarius. You should not be watching tarot if you do not know your astrology. That's the worst thing that you can do, because it will confuse you and frustrate you. And you guys will be in the comment section talking about this ain't got nothing to do with me. Why hasn't this happened yet? And I've been saying this in every reading that I've done, because I try to be a master at what I do. I realize that not all Aquariuses are on the same timing. You all have different risings, different moons. I'm a Virgo. There are some Virgos right now that's literally getting married this year. That's nowhere in my chart for the next 2 years, because I am not what they are. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that you need to know where you are in this reading. And if that's a possibility for you over the next year, this year, and 2 years down the line. Will you be getting the family that you want? Will you be getting the type of career and success that you are wanting? And about what time that is going to actually happen for you. Co-star, that's exactly what it is, Ray. Thank you so much for that. Oh, all of you guys were saying it. My bad. I didn't even see you guys put that up there. Kiki, thank you. Keita, thank you. Ray, thank you. Yes, it's co-star. And the Gen Zs don't play that. I asked them what their chart. They're like, hold on, let me pull it up. They already got everything set in their phone. It is no excuses for those who are millennials and up. It is no excuse. Okay, you need to know. The next card that's coming out here for you guys is Moose. This talks about attitude is everything. It is the way you see life. It is your perspective. It is your confidence about moving forward. Because for some of you, when it comes down to your working career, you don't feel comfortable with where you are. Maybe you don't even feel like you should be a leader or the boss of something. Even when it comes down to your own business, maybe you feel this little inadequacy, something that you feel, because the opposite of confidence is insecurity. And some of you feel that way in your personal relationships. 7, right? You feel that way with the person that you're dating. There's this inadequacy here. Here, Spirit is saying you need to move as if you are confident, as if you know you belong to be here, as if you belong to have this moment at this time, and stop feeling like you are imposing on people. And if you are struggling with that, you have two cards on here that says you guys need some time alone. You need to spend some time in solidarity, and what it says, solidarity, well, time alone. I don't want to say this the wrong word, but in order to find yourself, because no one else is going to be making you feel the way you need to be feeling on your own. But there's something about for some of you, your mentality where you don't feel like you actually deserve what you're actually praying for, where you don't necessarily deserve what the universe is giving you. And that may not even be right now. Some of you guys, oh, hell yeah, I do deserve that. I do deserve it. But then when it comes, you don't even know how to act. Okay. So I do feel that this is also making me feel too that there are people that's in your life that don't need to be there. Oh, hate to say it, but I'm gonna tell you. There's people around you that don't need to be around. And for a lot of you, part of that inadequacy is not being able to let go and drop people who don't need to be there. And the only reason why they're there is because you don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to be alone. And it's easy for people to throw themselves off on you because you don't know how to tell them no. You don't know how to walk away. The universe is actually trying to solace. It was a word that was on here. It's called solidarity, right? But I don't like that word per se. I just rather it be more so like, time alone. You don't need to be hearing other people's thoughts and ideas when it comes down to making decisions. And I feel like there's people who are persuading you in different directions that maybe you are not wanting to go. You can't hear your own thoughts when other people are louder than you. If you're dating someone and they're saying, hey, we need to move to Kansas, and you really want to be with this person, but deep down in your heart, you already know that this is not something that you want to do, but you don't want to regret those decisions. And this happens even with your family, right? So you see, not like I said before, for some of you, this is not just about you feeling, inadequate, but this is also saying that other people are imposing their wills, their thoughts and ideas, and even their physical onto you, meaning you can never get time alone. You can never have your space. Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop this card. This one came out at the bottom, and I want this to be your last one. Here it says spring. Okay. And this literally says new beginnings. Now, why was that important? Because remember, numbers matter. Numbers matter. Uranus came out again. We talked about 5 changes. Changes with what? Love. Your house number 7, dealing with interpersonal relationships, your contracts and marriage. That is deep because that's usually how it goes. You and someone having something deeper than what you've been experiencing in your other connections. It's not just sex. It's not superficial. This is deep. It runs deep because that's what roots are. And you have that with the person that you do what? You commit to. Commitment. What changes? Single to partnered. 1 + 9 is 10. We already said that. New beginnings. And then this comes out. New beginnings, a fresh start, excitement. Somebody just said in the comment section, rejuvenation. Here it is. Rejuvenate. Increasing. Coming together. Growth. Fertility. You have fertility twice. I see children here. I could always see it sometimes even 1 and 2 years before. There is going to be children. Some of you guys are going to have children within the next 2 years. Who's in this chat right now? We're going to go ahead and get to the serious part. We're going to get to the tarot. Now, you guys already know anything that is in reverse, you need to know, right? But everything is upright. It doesn't even matter if it's something that's not good. We're going to always find the solution to the problem. That's how it works on this channel. Now we're going to go ahead and get to tree. We're going to see what's going to happen here with Aquarius with tree. Let's see. Aquarius and tree. You guys had the Five of Wands. Oh boy, you got the Page of Cups. Let's talk about some of your children here. Ooh, wee. That something needs to change in the dynamic. Well, some of you have teenage daughters and sons and maybe adult children. The Five of Wands is definitely saying that there's some type of conflict within family, because we know that anything dealing with tree is lineage, family, home, that type of stuff. And some of y'all like, girl, yes, my mama getting on my nerve, my sister getting on my nerve, we ain't getting along. This is happening. Me, and it could be someone that you actually have a child with, right? Because we're saying family. So this is something dealing with family nature. Okay, there is a conflict in that area. And the Page of Cups says that whoever you are fighting against is not where you are emotionally and mentally. Why are you fighting with someone who isn't where you are, who doesn't have the same mentality than you? What are you doing? Page of Cups, get out of here. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your breath. Now, this is a 5 card here that actually talks about change. And I said it before, it's not easy. It's very uncomfortable. But you are fighting for what? A new beginning. But it does feel like it's some conflict that has been happening in your family life. Now, I also have to say, that's part of the reason why some of you are conflicted. This is what you've been wanting. But there's been people, especially if you've been with people for a while, long term, right? We talked about longevity. People that you've been with for a while who's doing what? Fighting you. I want this. I'm demanding this. This is what I deserve. And they're like, I'm not ready right now. I'm not ready right now, Page. But I love you. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. Even if it's not with family, we're talking about a personal conflict of intentions, of purpose with someone that a lot of you have been with or dealing with for a long time. And this is a part of what? Your personal growth. Do you stay or do you leave? Do you stay or do you leave? Because here it says divine timing. Some of y'all like, maybe they'll change. They'll change. That's okay. They'll change. But you said this about like four years ago. And I know for some of you, you've been with this person a long time, because the card that has came out even earlier when I was actually shuffling actually said, well, this will take a long time for this person to actually get to a place of being, more secure and being stable in their feelings and wanting something more serious. This takes a long time for this person to actually get there. That's why I said conflict of interest. This is what the Five of Wands is basically saying. Now you have a choice, because the clock says time is ticking. Now, what do you do? Do you stay where you are? Part of that Five of Wands talks about disagreements and arguments with someone, like I said before, who suffers from their own insecurity and their own inadequacies. And here you are, you have those too. Maybe it's because, they're projecting on you and now you're starting to believe it. Let's get the clock. Oh yeah, definitely childish. Could it be a childish person? Absolutely. Remember, I'm giving you guys, I'm only giving you examples, and I always go with family first. Usually I go with family. I go with dating, and sometimes people at your job, but that's not people at your job. That's not people at your job. Tree is lineage. Tree is family, or someone that you will have a family with. Okay. Now let's get clock. This is for Aquarius. Ooh, crazy. Do you know that this was literally in the upright, which it still is because that's a Five of Wands. In reverse, it says, what does it say? You are not about to get stuck in somebody else's mess because of the lack of integrity that they have on their part. You refuse to participate with what they're doing. So when you sit in a committed relationship, or when you sit in a relationship with someone and you guys are on uneven playing fields, this is where all the conflict is coming out. Five of Wands and Five of Swords, we're talking about conflict everywhere. It's the way they communicate. It's what they say. It's what they don't say. It's when they pick up the phone and call you, when they don't call you. It's when they text you, when they don't text you. It's when they decide that they want to ignore you today. It's all of those things. It's when you decide that you don't want to participate in this. It's when they decide they want to make amends. It's everywhere. Five, 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 five. And you're going to have victory over all of these things that you are experiencing right now. But you need to get the clarity on where you're headed. And this is the reason why I say it's all about divine timing, y'all. Stop trying to push it. All of this is in God's hand. I promise you, it is. Okay. Now, again, I like the fact that this is in reverse, because if this is not you, this is someone else basically feeling regret about how they've treated you, how they've dismissed you. Okay. This is like one of those things where you're like, I done put in so much time with you. You don't even appreciate it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? They already had you pegged from the first two cards about what you were doing to someone else, and they didn't appreciate nothing that you've done for them. This would have been it's a good reading, but this would have been amazing. It would have been a straight line had everything came out in reverse. But it's saying that's the problem that you've been having with people. The lack of respect. And now someone wants to reevaluate. Wait a minute, Aquarius, I need to talk to you. Remember when I said about imposing? You have no fight. You have nothing in this fight. You're giving up. You're walking away. You're like, I'm not about to fight this. I know my truth. I know where I stand in this. And because you stood your ground, now the person wants to come back in here and say, hey, let's talk about it for a second. That's exactly what's happening, because it talks about the past. The past wants to be your present. They also want to be your future. And now you have some things that you have to consider. What are you going to consider? You say, okay, I'm going to let you show me. This is not going to be about talk. I need you to show me that you're about that life. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and put this right here. We're going to see if they're going to do it. We're going to put their feet to the fire. We're going to actually see that if what they're saying is true. Like I said before, this is not just with romantic relationships, but we are adults. Most of the time this is, but we also know that this happens with family too. So you're like, oh, okay. So you're saying that you're going to pick up, you're going to be taking care of grandma like we say we're going to do. Okay. And you're not going to put the load off on me. Like we've negotiated about this before. We've talked about this before, but you're not holding up your end of the bargain. Are you going to do it now? Okay. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. You're all about the believing now, all about the seeing in order to believe. You're not having high hopes for people who are just, you could tell these people in some way or the other, they were taking advantage of you. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on with this moose. Don't know what it is. Let's see. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Ooh, your money is going to be on point. Ooh. Part of that change is going to be your finances. Some of you have been suffering financially. Let's go back to that tree. Remember, we said your money is going to be long, right? Because we talked about longevity. We said your money is going to be long. But why is that so important for you to hear? Because I can tell that has not been happening. Money's been tight. Your pocketbook, part of Uranus energy is like, oh, it's been chaotic, making you a little nervous, a little electrical. You're like, damn, I don't know if I'm going to have enough money when I go to the store to get the stuff that I need. And plus, if you do get it, is somebody going to take something out? Or am I going to have enough money to get to my next check? That's what this whole Uranus energy is. That's part of the chaos. And so the energy of the tree is saying, baby, you are not going to be at that place anymore. That's the reason why you feel more grounded. That's the long money. After a period of what? Here with that 2 5s, the chaotic energy of fighting to survive. Now, not all of you have been at that place, but I'm telling you, a lot of you have. A lot of you have. But I'm going to talk about the reason why this Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. Who are they talking about here? Now, we're going to get to the third position, which is funny because I literally asked the third position earlier. For some odd reason, I forgot that I even asked for that. And it's telling me the type of people that you've been dealing with. Can I read it? I usually don't, read the cards, but this is the type of person you've been dealing with. It says this person is not really naturally giving, that they are selfish. Okay. It says this could be the type of person for some of you, depending on the type of individual that you're dealing with. It usually happens with the male divine masculine. You may have the money and you're coming across people who are only with you for what you can give them. Okay. And some of you, unfortunately, some of you divine feminists are dealing with that too. You're also dealing with someone who, it literally says this, someone who could be insecure. We already talked about that. Insecure. You may have the money, especially if you're the divine feminine. You may be the one that's very successful, and they may not be. They may be financially inept, and you're just dealing with this person. You're just dealing with them, right? You could be dealing with someone too who is very self-absorbed. Maybe you have people in your family who's envious or jealous of you, and so that makes sense if we're talking about family. Some of you are in family court. That's part of the fight. You got the 5 of Wands, you got the 5 of Swords here. And some of you are in family court, fighting for your inheritance, tree, longevity, inheritance. These are the type of individuals that have been in your energy. Remember, I said people who impose their thoughts and feelings onto you. A burden for you to carry, and it's not your burden to carry. Okay. Now, I love the fact that this is the Queen of Pentacles because, like I said, all of this is upright. But I don't know. I even feel that some of you guys are losing money because of dealing with somebody who you should not have been dealing with, or family members who have put you in a position where now it's going to cost you. I don't know what that means. And if you guys, can tell me what that means, but that's what I'm saying. Looks like somebody that it cost you something. It was at a price. And I'm not saying, it could be, like I said before, you told someone in your family to make sure, they check the water heater every month and they didn't check it. And all of a sudden, if they did check it, you wouldn't had to pay $3,000 to get it removed or replaced. But it was something that they did not do. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just using it as an example. Like, someone in your family did something that now it's at cost to you because of irresponsibility. Okay. Same thing happens in love and relationships. Irresponsibility. Maybe, you are left to be the one that's paying for rent in a place that your name may not be. Well, I'm not going to say that your name is not on somewhere that you live. Ooh, that happened to so many of my clients back in the day. Roommates that didn't, hold up their end of the bargain of the rent. And so now all of a sudden they're paying for everything. Okay. It's that type of thing. Let's go ahead. Let's get to this spring, this new moon. Spring, new moon. Let's get it. All right. Well, you guys had the Queen of Cups in the upright. You had the 10 of Wands in the upright. Now, again, we just talked about a burden that you were carrying. I love the fact that it's a 10 though, because it's telling me that that's going to be over and done with. But this is coming out with the Queen of Cups. This is letting me know that, things that you have been experiencing even emotionally has been very heavy for you. Because, there's a lot of disappointment in this read. I'm just going to keep it real. A lot of this, truly has been emotionally hard for you guys. And so here it says that there's about to be a rejuvenation or a coming back to life. Okay, coming back to life. I want to kind of focus on some of the positive things that I'm seeing for those who are, not necessarily experiencing this. I started off in the beginning of the reading saying there's going to be a relationship that most of you guys are going to get in that's going to have longevity. This person lives in your city. I don't see this person living at a distance. I know some of you guys doing online dating. I do not see that this person is at a distance. For some of you, it could be because I can't read for everybody and it'd be the same story. But I do see that. And baby, when I tell you, you are going to like this person a lot. And guess what? They actually like you. And that is going to be something that's going to surprise you. And part of, like I said before, God's hand in this reading is that God says, I'm going to make everything good for you. I'm not holding things back because I don't want you to be happy. And then I'm actually looking at it. I'm like, man, this is going to be something that they actually like, somebody that they actually want. And who wants them? This is what it's called, equal. This is reciprocity. This is mutual affection and attention and love that I see here in this reading. And this is that springtime, which means you are coming to life. Because some of you guys have been feeling like, your world or life in general has just been a drag. I mean, definitely with money. So not only do you have love problems, you're also having money problems too. Okay. Hasn't been the nicest. Now I'm going to go ahead. I haven't used these cards in a while. I don't even remember what's in this deck. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull a few cards here for you, Aquarius. Can you guys believe you guys had a 30-minute reading? Can y'all believe that? I know they over there waiting, but I had to do it. Because I was like, Aquarius is like, what the hell is up with your ass? This is for Aquarius. The Justice Seeker. As you dig deeper and explore the truth, you will discover that things are not as clear-cut as previously thought. That's interesting because we just talked about things becoming, that you're going to get more clarity about a situation. And even looking at this, like I said before, that was the conflict. Remember I said there was some inner conflict that you're experiencing? I still feel that. And I feel like you're still going to be more so a little bit conflicted about a person. Not necessarily a situation. For some of you, it could be, but this definitely feels more so about a person that you are just conflicted about. It's not as clear cut as you may have thought. There's going to be that Uranus energy is getting you though, because Uranus energy really is, oh, well, you thought it was this way today. I'm gonna make you feel a little bit different tomorrow. You're not gonna be feeling this way tomorrow. And you won't be feeling this the way that you feel tomorrow, the next day. You cannot, for some odd reason, you cannot figure out things with this Uranus energy the way that you want. It will happen though. But I'm telling you, if it's a love situation, I don't think that your feelings are as grounded and stable as you want them to be. And I don't necessarily see it being that way for a second. Because there's someone in your reading that I feel is just not gone and you're having a hard time with, letting them go or cutting them away. Okay. Now, the next card that's coming out here for you is the Insightful. Know what you really want from a given situation so that you may gain understanding of what you truly desire. Ain't that crazy? Look at what we're talking about, y'all. Obviously, there's something here. Not as clear here. Know what you want. What do you desire? What is it that you truly want out of the situation, out of this person? And I told you you're going to get clarity because I saw it in your reading. But again, this is the second time this came out. I'm going to pull the third card at the bottom of the deck because I feel like this is something you need to hear. The Alchemist. Change is taking place. Transforming bad situations into good or gold and bursting the limitations that bind you. Any troubles or misunderstanding between friends or lovers are now being healed, reconciled, and reunion is possible. You cannot make this up. I told you. I'm telling you right now. This is the reason why you're like, oh, I thought that I hated them last week and I didn't want to be with them last week. But I'm telling you, something is going to happen that's going to make you be like, oh, damn. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea. Okay. Like I said, right now, I don't necessarily see the clear-cut solution to this. I do feel like you're going to be getting out of something, but there's someone who you are definitely connected to that I still feel that you're going to be connected to for the next 5 months, possibly. That's just something that I'm saying here for you, Aquarius. But this is what I have for you guys. Okay. We're going to see what's going to show up again tomorrow. We'll probably most likely have different cards that we're going to be using tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay. I thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Kiki. I said Kiki name and end up, this is why I say it's really important for you guys to make a comment in the comment section. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I will say it to myself. And if I call your name, I'm going to pick up your energy automatically. And for some of you, you don't even know that this stuff is about to happen. A lot of y'all don't even know that y'all are about to run into the love of your life. You don't know that. You just kind of like, well, whatever, we'll see. Okay. But that's what makes this even better. That's part of that unexpected energy that Uranus is actually bringing into you anyway. What a surprise from the universe, right? Aquarius, if you guys are interested in a personal reading and you want to know what's happening in your chart, most importantly, I don't care about the tarot stuff, and I'm not going to say that because I'm out. Now, I know tarot is easy for me now. I'm coming. I need to be more. I need to be challenged, and so this is the reason why I say when it comes down to your astrology, you need to know what's happening in your astrology so you'll know where this is in your chart, where's the money and where's the committed relationship. So if you guys are interested in that, all the information is down below in the description box. And I will see you guys back here again tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. I will be back here again, Aquarius. All right. I love you guys. And I will see you later. If you have I got a few videos that I got to do today. Capricorn, Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus. If you have any of that in your chart, I will see you in a bit. Love you guys. Bye.